Hi, I am Osman. I'm an energy healer on a master level with telepathic capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst also a host of other physiological, psychological, and spiritual ailments. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Visit my website yogawellness786.com for more information on my services. Also, remember my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. A simple, effective, and scientific breathwork exercise or exercises um, that I found um, to be, uh, you know, um, uh, very simple and easy for people to follow, and practically very helpful, in immediate relief of, especially when you're experiencing extreme anxiety, or you want to improve your, immune system, and you in a situation where maybe you are going to have to write examinations, and most of the people or many people surrounding you have already got, the flu and are sick, and you don't want to contract the virus, and you want to quickly boost your immune system in a very simple, proven way. So um, there is a scientific journal called the PNAS, where an article was submitted. And this article was brought to my attention by Dr. Andrew Huberman, uh, in his podcast, Huberman Labs, right? Huberman Labs podcast. And I mean, these podcasts are free. You can also, listen to his podcast. He is the professor of neurobiology and ophthalmology at Stanford University. So he referred to this first method that I'm going to, explain to you, and I tried it myself, just once. And me being on an advanced level of yoga and meditation, I am more aware and alert of the subtle energy forces and the effect on the subtle energy forces. And I'm practicing pranayama, breath work from the yogic sciences for a long time. I know I felt the difference between those pranayamas and this one referred to Dr. Huberman. And Dr. Huberman's breath work that he referred to is based on the Wim Hof method, right? It's not the Wim Hof method directly, but it's almost identical to the Wim Hof method. And you can go deeper into research on the Wim Hof method on Google, where basically a person by the name of Wim Hof, he brought about three protocols, three activities in his protocol for wellness. Mindfulness, right, which is scientifically proven, to be amazing, and also cold showers or ice plunge, right? Plunging yourself into cold ice water for a few minutes, 2 minutes or so, or going under a cold shower, right? Turning your shower to cold, for about 2 minutes to shock your body, and this is scientifically proven to be very helpful and healthy for your circulatory system, your immune system, and boosting your your energy, your muscle growth, and in the wellness field and in the fitness field, right? By athletes and normal people, right? It's highly recommended. And the third thing is the breath work, right? So let's start, because the method explained by Dr. Huberman is much simpler. So let's start with his method. And the scientific report in the journal, in the medical journal, which is highly respected, right? The PNAS journal in the United States, um, uh, had the report of the scientific results where there were two tests done. One had subjects, over 100 number of people, voluntarily partaking in the experiment, and the second one around 64. So, people. So it's sufficient numbers, to show, and it showed correlating, the same result where it showed an improvement in the immune system, immune function, as well as a decrease in inflammation, right? In the body. How significant, it doesn't go into detail how many percent, but definitely it is significant enough where the people who are practicing it report positively on it. So Dr. Or Professor Andrew Huberman himself says he's been practicing it for about 4 years, and it's extremely helpful for him, right? And himself, he practices a type of mindfulness, for 30 minutes a day, right? And he reports, positive results for it. So coming back to this method, is you have to breathe in through your nostril, fast and deep, right? Fast, and breathe out fast through your mouth. Breathe in through your nostril and out through your mouth for about 30 times, right? So it's like the right, for 30 times, and already I can feel, my mind is getting so relaxed and amazing just for this few breaths, and feeling. So make sure you're sitting, because it can make you a little, dizzy, right, when you're doing this, and you're in a comfort of not standing, because some of you may fall down, right, because it makes you like an intoxication, immediate intoxication fills your brain and fills your body. You can feel it. I feel it, so maybe because I'm aware of the subtle forces, I don't know, how you would feel. Good for you to try. But at the end of the 30th one, once you come, then you exhale slowly on the 30th one, like this. And once you've completely exhaled, you hold your breath for around 15 seconds. And you can hold it, if you're comfortable, you can hold it a little longer, for up to 60 seconds. Dr. Henry Huberman recounts 15 to 60 seconds. But I would say, do 15 seconds, and, be comfortable, right? You must not go where you are suffocating. If you're slightly uncomfortable, it's fine, but don't suffocate, right? And don't go into dangerous levels of discomfort, right? And don't exceed 60 seconds, right? Because this could be dangerous to your brain health, right? So after breathing out completely of the 30th round, you just hold your breath, and then you continue again another 30 rounds. So you do 3 sets. So the first one is after you've held your breath for 15 seconds, up to 60 seconds maximum. That is one set, right? So in breath and out breath for 30 times, and then hold your breath on the last out breath for 15 to 60 seconds, and that's one round. So 3 rounds of that, it's sufficient. I mean, I felt immediately, even right now, I just did that few breaths, it felt immediate. So I tried it last night when I heard the podcast from Professor Andrew Huberman. I can say it is amazing, right? I don't need to know the scientific result, in order to, second the effectiveness of it. And the second practice, a simple practice, this one is, I couldn't get the name of the professor, but it is on YouTube, and it's very difficult to find that YouTube video now. But it is on pranayama. If you search on pranayama, um, a doctor benefits of pranayama, it is a PhD professor from Sri Lanka that did a scientific study in the University of California, and he proved with a simple breathing practice, just for about 5 to 10 minutes a day, right? Even by children, 12-year-old children, right? That after a 2 week period, just 2 weeks, they've tested the saliva and found a significant increase in the growth factor hormone. So the growth factor hormone is something that improves the healing function, self-healing function of the body, and also, of course, reducing inflammation and increasing the immune function, right? and of course general overall health. So it's just simply breathing in through the nose deeply and breathing out slowly through the mouth, comfortably, slowly and comfortably, not in and just repeating that for a few minutes and increase it slowly for 5 to 10 minutes, right, a day. So it's very similar to the Wim Hof method, just that there's no force, applied, and it's very gentle and simple. And already I'm feeling, that my the dizziness in my head, feeling light in my head and light in my body, right? So it is something scientifically proven in the University of California, um, uh, to increase the growth factor hormone in the saliva, right? So these are two simple exercises. So how can you apply it? So let's say you are in a situation where you have extreme fear, you are extremely nervous, right? And need to go on stage, or you have to go into an exam room, or you just heard a devastating news and it hit you badly, right? So depression has come upon you, or anxiety has come upon you very badly. Now I'm not referring to situations where it is so serious, that it is persistent, just the occasional, period. Because when you have problems like, recurring depression and anxiety, you must go for medical treatment, because you need medical intervention and you need drugs. And this is not something to be taken lightly. It is a life threatening problem, because the rate of suicides are increasing greatly in society today. And that's the biggest danger, that it can lead to suicide. Not only that, if you feel you're not suicidal and you'll never commit suicide, but the negative hormones permeating your body is creating harm, you know, to your physiology and your psychology, right? And you are being, depleted as a functional human, in society, or you need to be in your peak state, right? Because survival is not that easy, right? And even if you feel you're financially okay and everything is okay, this can destroy your life, everything around you, right? So take it seriously and do that. There is one bonus breath work, which I've mentioned previously in one of my videos, that is recounted by Tony Robbins in one of his recorded um, motivational training courses. And it is like, when you get up every morning, you just have to, immediately start moving. Put on your shoes and go for a walk. And then for the first 5 minutes, while you're walking, or you just pacing in your room, right? If you in a situation where you can't go outdoors, right? You just have to breathe in 4 times and breathe out 4 times for about 5 minutes. So that's also a third variation of the same thing, breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. But it makes you feel amazing. It makes you feel positive. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel, ready for the day, ready to take on, your challenge, ready. If you need to meet some challenge, you're about to take part in a competition, you're about to enter a race, you're in a sports competition, you need to perform, you need that quick, positive, boost. This is for 5 minutes. You can do this. It's going to help you, right? So hope that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.